Open world games always offer a different experience than any other type of game. In an open world game, you should probably expect more emphasis on story, graphics, and world building. In my opinion, these are the main important aspects to an open world game. Of course, you should also expect good gameplay and music. I think Red Dead Redemption 2 does a pretty good job of fulfilling the key aspects of an open world game. First of all, Red Dead Redemption 2 has an amazing story. You start the game struggling through a blizzard, running from what you as a player don't understand yet. This instantly gets you very interested in the game because you just want to learn more about what's happening to these people. The more you play, the more you slowly start to understand what's going on in the story as it gives you more information. You learn about who you play as, Arthur Morgan, the people in your gang, your enemies, and how you ended up in your current situation. The story always throws something cool at you to keep it interesting, so it's not just, let's go to this new location because we're in trouble, over and over again. Skip ahead 10 seconds if you don't want to hear spoilers. For example, letting you burn down the Braithwaite Manor and putting you in a more modern area helps keep the game feeling really fresh. The character development is also really good, with being able to see how some of the main characters change and how their change affects other people in the story. All these things offers for such a good story, and it keeps you playing and interested always. Another thing about Red Dead 2 that makes it amazing is the graphics. The graphics are just so good, and they make you realize why 2,000 people worked on Red Dead 2. Somehow they were able to make every part of the map look interesting and new, even the desert areas. It's definitely a good thing that the map is actually the best parts of the West instead of just being like, it actually looks like. The game looks absolutely amazing, and even when I don't want to play for the story, I mainly play for the graphics. A way that RDR2 kinda lacks is world building. Like, the map is huge with many different towns and cool things in each town, but I feel like there lacks a tie between the different places on the map. You can kind of feel it in every open world game pretty much, and I feel like that's where most open games can improve. It kind of feels like the people in the different places don't really even know other locations even exist. Nobody ever really talks about anything going on in the greater world of the game. But one cool thing I actually encountered when I was exploring the map was Armadillo, and it was facing a bad case of cholera in their town. I thought that was really cool because it made an otherwise boring town actually interesting, because if you look at the town, it's not really very interesting looking. Overall, I think the world building is actually pretty decent, but it would be really cool for it to have that extra part of the overarching world influencing conversation or actions of people in the game. It would set a new precedent in open world games, and it would make the game even better. Another area where I think Red Dead is kind of lame is gameplay. There's absolutely nothing cool about the Red Dead Redemption 2 gameplay. It's so basic. So basically you can just walk, you can run, you can crouch, you can ride a horsey, you can shoot slowly, you can murder people, just the standard open world stuff. The gameplay doesn't really add anything interesting. Like the Deadeye system, I already said it's just shooting slowly. Also, everything is really slow. Like the most basic actions just take forever, and I think that the game didn't really need it to be that slow. Sometimes the gameplay is like this. And other times it's like this. The game is probably 10 or more hours longer than it has to be just because so much of the game is just riding your horse to a mission during the mission. The fast travel is also really slow, so it's not really even worth using it ever, and you also have to pay a lot of money for it. The gameplay isn't bad, it just feels really inconsistent and very uninteresting. Finally, I think the music is just decent. I know it won Music of the Year, but I don't think it really deserved it in my opinion. It had some good music, but the only thing I found memorable was the house building song. I don't think I would recognize any other song in the game. Overall, Red Dead Redemption 2 is an amazing game with an amazing story and graphics. It'll always keep you interested and wanting to keep you going. The gameplay may be pretty slow, but the graphics and high points of the game definitely make up for the slow parts. I give Red Dead Redemption 2 a 7 out of 10 because it's a good game. Bye bye.